This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
And welcome back. It is not uncommon for someone to have a dream of owning a home or perhaps buying a different one. And it is an important financial decision. That's why we have Jeff Romine, a partner with Financial Planners of Missouri, here this morning to discuss buying a home and taking the proper financial steps. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Ella. How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. So the first question is, when should a person start thinking about buying a home?
Well, I think you should not rush into it, and I'd suggest holding off buying a home until you're confident that you're going to live in the same community for, say, as much as 3 years, and that you have your financial act together. And that would mean that you'd have no major credit card or other debt, and that you've been saving money for some time. You need to save up enough to have 20% down payment, and then you also need to be ready to take on additional responsibility of home ownership.
All right, and what are some of the things that a potential home buyer would need to consider?
Well, the first thing that you'd want to consider is whether you have the time to do your homework. It's going to take some time to become knowledgeable about the local housing market, and you'll need to consider how much you can afford then. You can start with the rule of thumb that you can consider a home that costs about 2.5 times your annual salary. But more importantly, people usually require a mortgage, so you need to have the ability to make your mortgage payments, pay for your insurance, and pay for your property taxes. And that will probably determine the size of your home. You'll want to shop around and compare the mortgage rates and terms that various lenders offer. And when you find that right lender, then I'd say find out if you can pre-qualify or get pre-approval for a loan. This can give you guidance on the price range you're looking at. And we suggest that you look hard at the 30-year fixed interest rate loans.
All right.
And this typically requires a low monthly payment, and then when you can always make more or higher payments when you need to.
All right, and with all the houses out there and the communities out there, how does one go about finding the right home?
Well, I'd suggest that you consider a real estate agent or broker, and they can help guide you through this process of looking at homes and buying a home. And to help choose the right home, I'd suggest that before you begin looking, you decide what features that you want your home to have. What's important to you? Is it the location or the quality of construction or the style or the lot size or number of bedrooms? There's a variety of factors. It's a good idea to shop around and look at many houses to develop a sense of what's available and the prices of homes in your community.
All right, so let's just say we found the perfect home. What happens next?
Well, this is when the process gets very interesting. If you have a home that you'd like to buy, the negotiations begin. The process typically begins by you making an offer, and I'd suggest that you use a real estate agent, and that agent will deliver that offer to the seller. Then the seller reacts. The seller can accept, decline, or counter your offer with a different price and perhaps different conditions. And so you can go through this cycle several times, and there are many things to consider. Remember, you're building a legal contract, and you may be required to make a earnest money deposit.
All right. So the main question a lot of people always have is, what are some tax benefits to owning a home?
Well, there are some tax benefits and some things that a new homeowner may never have heard of. For instance, you can deduct your mortgage interest, and you can deduct your property taxes. Now, you'd want to talk to your tax professional to determine if this is going to impact you. And in both instances, you'd be itemizing your deductions using a Schedule A on with your 1040. And all homeowners do not itemize their deductions, so you'd have to determine if this was going to be applicable to you.
All right. And so when do you think is the best time, or when do people normally buy homes?
Well, many people start looking around in the spring, and I believe that's when the inventory of homes is the highest. But anymore now, you see homes for sale all the year round.
Right.
And at the same time, if you've done your homework and you think you're ready to buy a home and you found the right home, I'd say go for it and start making your dream happen.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time and for all this information. We'll post everything on our website as well as your information if anybody has any questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And we'll be right back.